Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Pageant Mag Philippines live sessions. Yours truly, Francois Diaz, your pageant correspondent. So, once again, guys, I'll be alone tonight. So, help me to get to know our guest for tonight. Okay, so she's very bubbly, guys. I'm telling you. I'll definitely assure you that you will enjoy tonight's live sessions. All right, so we are live simultaneously on Facebook page and on our YouTube channel as well. And if you are new to our YouTube channel, please do subscribe and click the bell notification and follow and like our page as well for more pageant updates. And we are also on Instagram and TikTok, so please follow us on all our social media platforms. Now, guys, if you have any questions later, please don't hesitate to drop your questions down below at the comment section. Whew. All right, so I believe that you are all excited to meet our guest. Are you? So our esteemed guest for tonight is a Miss World Philippines 2021 candidate once again, hailing from Pasig City. She is a licensed professional teacher with a degree in Bachelor of Secondary Education. She is a professional model on the side since she was 17. Also, she is a baker and owner of a small business, and she loves dog. The man's best friend. She already joined national pageants, so Miss World Philippines won't be her first national pageant. So we've already seen her last year. We've already seen her stint from last year's national pageant, and I believe you know that. So our guest is also a passionate youth mentor since she was 15. Wow, impressive. And an advocate for the holistic well being of students and teachers. I hope she was my teacher. So please welcome our tonight's guest with a virtual applause. Give it up for Pasigueños Pride, Riana Agatha Pangindian. Wow, did I pronounce it correctly?
Yes, you did very perfectly.
Thank
Hi,
you so much
Francois.
for that. Hello, Riri. Yes, I got it right. Hi, Dr. Pe. Hi, Dr. Peter. Nice for thank you rather. Thank you for tuning in, Dr. Pe. And of course, hi, Carlos Macalino. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, please stay with us, guys, and prepare your questions, then drop them down at the comment section. We will definitely ask these questions to our guest, Riri from Pasig City. I'm
Pasig
sorry.
City.
I almost said Pangasinan. Ooh. So hi Gulaman. Ay, sorry. Hi Jihad Gulaman. Is that correct? Gulaman? Okay.
I think
Thank
it's
you for tuning in.
Gaman.
Giyaman, I'm sorry, I don't have glasses.
Yes.
Giyaman, oh, I'm sorry. Jihad Giyaman, I'm
It's
sorry for
okay.
mispronouncing your last name. All right, so
Hi, Jihad.
let's get
Hi.
to know
Thank you for having
Riri.
me.
Wow, thank you so much as well for accepting our invitation, Riri. And we are very much honored and pleasured to have you on our page and on our YouTube channel. You know
Thank
how
you.
grateful we are. Okay, so let's move on. Really, I believe that my simple introduction isn't enough yet for us to get to know you. I believe that
Mhm.
there are still more things to know about you. So aside from those information that I have just mentioned earlier during your intro, can you tell us more about yourself?
All right. Wow, that is a challenge, Francois, because I feel like those are basically what I do, if
Mm-hmm.
not what I do, what I've been through, right? But yes, if I
Mm-hmm.
will introduce myself more, I guess I I'm also into woodworking. So I know a
Oh,
bit of basic carpentry. So one of the
ah,
things that I did also during, well, not really during the pandemic, because ever since we went back here, okay, so one fun fact also about us, about my family, is growing up, we didn't really have our own home, our own house, I would say. So we would transfer one house to another. Around Pasig lang din.
mm-mm,
So kaya ako
mm-mm,
full-blooded Pasigenya. But
mm-mm,
what I love about my family is that we love decorating our place, our house, and make it into a home talaga. So
oh,
yeah, growing up, I've learned to, make use of whatever I have, and especially my dad. My dad loves to upcycle things. He loves to look for seemingly scrap items around the house and make it into something
mm-hmm,
beautiful. And so I feel like that's also one thing that I love to do, making upcycling with my dad. And part of
mm-mm.
that is, of course, doing carpentry as well.
Really? That's really very
Yes.
interesting. So, what furniture, if I may say furniture, that you
Yes.
have already done, or
Mhm.
anything that you have made for your home?
Yes. Actually, I can show you. Wow, show and tell pala. Pero baka magulo yung setup ko and everything. But it's basically a stool. Tapos butas siya
Uh-uh.
before. And then what my dad and I did, because I used to have like a lot of lanyards from the different retreats or camps that I've attended growing up. So what we did, parang
Uh-uh.
wineve namin yung lanyards na yon. And then yun yung naging cover nung stool. Para nauupuan na siya kasi butas siya prior to that. So, isa yun sa mga
Ah,
furnitures na nagawa ko. Tapos may nagawa rin po akong parang folding table. So, in my room,
oh,
medyo tiny home kasi kami. So, kailangan conserve ang space. Kaya, we did a
oh,
folding table na,
minimalist.
ayun, ako for me, yes, minimalist. Ako, isa yun sa
Oo.
mga malaki kong nagawang project kasi talagang ako from lagare to to pokpok and everything. Yeah.
That's nice, ha? Kasi normally men that's a man's responsibility,
Job.
actually, parang man's job,
Right.
'di ba? Even
Right.
I myself, when I was in high school, we were doing that
Mm-hmm.
as well. Kasi 'di ba,
Right.
kasi in our time kasi in our
Tama
in
ba ako
our
dyan?
time
Samahan na lang
in our
kita.
in our time talaga, as in, well, during the days kasi the days talaga, hindi pa rin in our school na lang.
In our
Separate
era.
kasi yung
Joke lang.
boys generation. Ganun pa rin eh, parang matagal na ganun. No, in our school kasi in the province, separate kasi yung girls sa boys when it comes to
Mhm.
TSL, tama ba?
Yes. Or
TSL.
sa amin parang
But
TLE.
parang home living, o parang TLE.
Economics.
Ganun.
Yes, yes.
Economics, home economics, mga ganyan. Tama,
Uh-huh.
yung home economics nga, parang ganun. So, there's a home economics for women, and then there's also home economics for
For
male.
men.
So,
Yes.
ganun talaga. So, magkahiwalay yung male and female. And then
Yes.
for female kasi, they normally do the borda-borda, ganyan.
Mm-mm.
Mga
Cross stitch.
ganchilyo-ganchilyo, ganyan. Yes,
Ah,
that's right. So that's normally the projects
right.
for
For the
female
girls,
students.
for the women.
And
Yeah.
then yes, and then for us boys, ganyan, for us male, Yun nga, yung gumagawa ng
Uh-huh.
mga stool, yung gumagawa ng tawag dyan, mga
Cabinet.
bench, ganyan,
Oh,
bench.
bench. Wow.
Oo,
Uh-huh.
so mga ganun yung mga ginagawa namin. So it was really very difficult kasi out of bamboo, mga ganyan. So it was really very
Right.
difficult because you have to do the lagari-lagari, ganyan. So,
Mm,
anyway.
it's
So,
true.
yeah. Buti nagagawa mo pa rin siya until now.
Of course, during right now, very focused tayo sa pageant. But yeah,
Mm-mm.
during summer break or well, during the pandemic, madaming oras. So, pag may
Oo.
kailangang i-repair sa bahay, usually my dad and I, yung partners dyan. Kasi una
Umaakit ba
magkakait
kayo sa
din kasi
bubong?
kami. Oo, nakaakyat na kami ng bubong. Oo. So,
Di
yun,
ba?
minsan ako talaga magde-drill, ganyan. Ano siya, masakit sa muscles, pero very empowering, I guess, also for me, because, I mean, yeah, the fact na, oh, I can do the man's job, in a great way. So, with the help of my dad is very empowering for me.
Ano kasi siya this already proves that women can do what men can actually be doing, right? So it's woman
Right.
empowerment, diba? So dito pa lang nakikita na natin yung equality when it comes
Hmm.
to jobs, when it comes to household chores, diba? So,
Right.
whew, iba-iba ang guest natin ngayon ha. Ayan po, naglalagari yan si Ate Riri, diba? Talent talaga.
Hi, Antoinette.
Actually,
Oo.
yeah, that's right. It's the best skill. It's the best skill talaga. Hello,
Hmm.
Joey. Welcome back. Antoinette. Thank you, Antoinette, for tuning in once again. Joey, welcome to the gang. Hi, gangs pala.
Oo.
Hi, gangs.
Ang
This is your gangs, actually. I know them.
yes, 'di ba? Super supportive yung mga yan.
Yes. And we mentioned rather that you've been into pageantry back then. Oh, but before we go
Yeah,
that, how long have you been working as a teacher?
the
Have
teacher.
you worked as a teacher?
Right.
Because I believe you've taught, right? Mm-hmm.
I taught for a year, but the thing is,
Mm-hmm.
since the year I graduated, that was 2019. The pandemic happened, and I joined Miss Universe
Mm-hmm.
Philippines right away. So
In
I didn't get the
2020. Mm-hmm.
yes, I didn't got the chance to really. I did apply prior to everything that went on until today. That's going on
Mm-hmm.
until today. But yeah, I didn't. Parang wala pang school na talagang tumwak ba? Pumasok, parang gano'n. So I've been waiting,
Mm-hmm.
applying, ganyan. But then yun nga, the pandemic happened, and then I also did join Miss Universe Philippines. Sorry, nawala ba ako?
Hindi, okay
When
lang.
was
Ako lang, okay
okay,
lang.
okay. Okay. Yeah. So mula nun, yeah, my mom and I talked about it, and she also told me to focus on pageantry na rin muna. And then whatever
Mm-mm.
happens after this, 'di ba? If it's for me, then that's great. But if not, then we can always go back to our profession, to our career
Mm-mm.
in teaching. So I'd love to
Mm-hmm.
also, of course.
What did you teach when you were teaching?
Yes, I teach high school science,
Mm-mm.
biological sciences. That's my major.
Oh.
So
Oo. I
yeah.
wish I
I also
could
didn't
teach
know,
also.
like wow.
I wish I could go back to teaching as well because in 2015, 2016, I taught in college. College talaga. I taught
Uh-huh.
in college, yes.
College.
I taught
Yes.
in college, like first year and second year college. Yeah. College students.
Yes.
So it's
What
just that,
subject? What course?
do you really wanted to know?
If I may,
it
but if
won't
not, it's fine.
it won't interest you. It won't interest you.
Really?
I taught, yeah, I taught philosophy and theology back then. So
That is very interesting for me, Francois. Philosophy and theology, that two subjects
Really?
for me, even during college. Yes. Actually, theology nga ate isa ko sa mga pinakamataas kong subject noon.
Wow.
Oo.
Not in my
Correct.
not
But
in
it
my
sounds like
class.
you are a teacher. It's nice to know that.
Yes,
Oh
I
no.
yes, I was a teacher, and yeah, I enjoyed teaching actually
That's
back
great.
then. So I really
Mm,
hope that I can go back to teaching once again. It's just that after a
right.
few years, I went to parang ako na yung ano, parang ako na. I'm just sharing.
Really?
I went to a
Yeah, go
different
for
path.
it.
So, I went to a different path.
Uh-huh.
So I enjoyed naman, pero after which I really wanted to go back to teaching. So
Mm.
anyway, let's go back to you.
Okay. May follow-up
So
question ako eh, pero sige, go.
mamaya na off the air. so,
Yeah.
so yes, aside from Miss Universe Philippines, you also joined prior to that other national pageants, right? I can remember you joined Miss World
Yes.
Philippines as well in 2016, correct?
No po. Binibining
2014 or earlier.
Pilipinas,
Binibining
2016.
Pilipinas. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh,
It's
iba ang
okay.
naisip ko. Yeah,
Naalala.
I
Yeah.
remember you joining actually. So it wasn't Binib Yes, Antoinette, it's Binibining Pilipinas. I stand corrected. So it was in Binibining Pilipinas in the time of Maxine Medina, Kylie
Yes,
Versosa, right?
correct. Mm.
And yeah, so it's good to know, no? So may mga pageant experiences na. So with that experience from 2016, Binibini Pilipinas 2016, then MUP, then now you're back.
Mm.
You are with Miss World Philippines. What other preparations that you are focusing on?
Mm. Right now, aside from the usual preparations, of course, I feel like this time around, I really have to
Uh-uh.
prepare my mind and my spirit. Like the what do you call that? I mean stamina. The mind
Stamina.
stamina and the spiritual stamina, emotional stamina as well. Because of course, joining pageants isn't just about like what we always say, the glitz and glamour. You know, there are so
That's
many
right.
things going on behind the scenes, and for each candidate, I feel like it's very important that we have a strong sense of self and a strong sense
That's
of
right.
purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like this time around, that is where I'm really focusing my energy on and what I'm trying to showcase to people, what I'm trying to really put out there as I join Miss World Philippines.
That's right. Stamina is really very important when it comes to pageantry because you've got a lot of activities, and not only that, mentally, right?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even your
Actually,
mental
today I
activities.
just came from, yes, actually just today I came from an activity with Miss World, Karen. Full
Mhm.
glam on tayo today. Sakto. Sorry, ang
Oh,
ingay ng
what did
aso
you
ko.
do? That's all right. That's aso
Oh,
naman. What did you do?
we had to shoot. So, bawal pa namin
Ah,
i-reveal,
okay.
syempre. But, yes.
Yeah, yeah, that's all
Soon
right. At least a
makikita
glimpse.
natin.
At least a
Yes.
glimpse. So at least that you had a shoot today. I believe it's a
Mm.
sponsor shoot.
No comment eh.
Grabe, no?
Yeah.
So, why did you choose to join, or why did you decide to join Miss World Philippines this time around?
Right. Well,
It's not only because it's the only yeah, why did you decide to join Miss World Philippines this time around?
mhm. Well, ever since Francois, actually, ever since I joined Binibini,
Mhm.
um, yeah, I've been with the camp already, Aces and Queens. Ever since then, they
Yes.
would always suggest that I join Miss World. And
Mhm.
since I like to challenge myself and, parang go beyond what my perceived capabilities are, I went for
Mm-hmm.
Binibini and I went for Miss Universe Philippines, but
Mm-hmm.
it was actually Megan Young's victory that inspired me to join Miss
Mm-hmm.
World. And I mean to believe in the relevance of beauty pageants na akala ko
Mm-hmm.
kasi before very shallow din lang ang beauty pageants na kailangan
Yes.
ipakitang gilas mo lang yung ganda at yung tangkad mo, right? But when I
Yes.
saw Megan Young win, I mean the victory and the pride that she gave for the Philippines in Miss World and what Miss World does, they really give to people. They really, they focus on charities. And I feel like ever since I was 15, that ever since I knew what my purpose was in life, I always really wanted to give back to people. I've always wanted to be with people, and
Mm-hmm.
just
Mm-hmm.
be invested in their lives and see how I can be of help in any way. So I feel like Miss World is the perfect avenue for that. And maybe it's just really the process, it takes time
Yeah.
for me. If for some, unang sale, panalo agad, that's great. But I guess we all
Uh-huh.
have our different, diba, journeys. So for me, I
Yes.
guess this time I know myself more and I know that
Mm-hmm.
I know my purpose and I feel more confident. So I feel like this
Mm-hmm.
time around I'm really ready to win a crown or to win Miss World. If, given the blessing, given the chance to.
Well, sabi nga nila, law of attraction. You just have to claim it and definitely it will happen.
Yes.
And to think, no,
Mm,
from Megan's Young
opo,
victory in Miss
actually.
World, that was in 2013. So it's been long overdue na, di ba? So it's been long overdue. It's already 8 years ago, and Philippines
Opo.
has never
It would be
won Miss
nice.
World
Yeah.
crown. Yeah, so it should be. Yeah, it's nice that the Miss World Philippines this time, this batch is really very very competitive. This is one of the best
I
batches
agree.
ever.
Super.
I
Everyone's
believe.
so
Hmm.
beautiful.
Yes. Whew. So it's really a tough competition for all of you. I definitely. Hi, Trisha. Hello. Thank you for tuning in once again. And Kylie Isabel, Alzaro Panis. Thank you once again for tuning in, guys. So once again, let me just encourage everyone to please do drop your questions down below. We will definitely ask these questions, your questions, to Riri. All right. Mm-hmm. So let's continue. Okay. I think we've already learned so much from you, learned so much about you, rather. Now, let's try with a game to get to know you even more. Ooh, are you ready?
Yay! I love games.
Okay, so
Yes.
let's try to play.
O, diba?
Let's
Very
try to
classroom.
play. Have you? Let's try to play Have You Ever, which we've been playing. I know that you are very much familiar with
Mhm.
this, so no worries. This is very modified and simplified. Have you ever? All right.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
our first one is: Have you ever had worn an oversized or undersized pair of shoes?
I have. I have.
Mm-hmm.
I remember it was during my first professional fashion show. It was
Uh-huh.
for a certain brand, a clothing brand. And then may inassign ng heels para sa amin. Tapos for some reason, biglang mas maliit yung napunta sa akin. So I'm like, oh no. Pero sige, laban lang. So
How
I
does it
actually I think I
feel?
remember I asked for my size. It feels weird because you know that your feet aren't in a secure place, in a secure position, and it's
Uh-uh.
heels. I mean, nakakatakot maglakad, 'di ba? Heels pa lang in
That's
itself
right.
nakakatakot na. So, kapag hindi pa yung tama mong size, parang oh no, anything can happen, right? But
That's
sa
right.
awa ng Panginoon nakapaglakad naman ako balik-balik ng safe, hindi naman ako nalaglag. But it
Di
was one
ba?
experience.
Di ba? Have you
Yeah.
ever had snuck out from home? Have you ever
Snack.
snack
Oh,
out or
snuck
sneaked
out. Like,
out? Yeah, sneaked out.
yes,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I have never, but I tried. I attempted. But it was funny. I was only okay. Funny kwento to. I was only, I think, around 6, if not 6 years old, like 7. Basta very young. And then, at that time, nagdadrama na ako sa buhay. Okay, drama queen ata ako. Nagdadrama na ako sa buhay. Feeling ko noon, hindi na ako mahal ng nanay ko. Mas lagi akong inuutusan. Sabi ko, ayoko na, maglalayas na ako. O, di ba? Girls ang kapunta at 6 years old. So, I got my small bag. And then, nag-impake ako. Tapos, panty lang kasha. Tapos, sabi ko, hala, panty lang kasha. So, binalik ko na lang. Tapos inisip ko, ano yun? Tanghaling tapat din yun, ha? So, parang isip ko, naku, lumabas ako ngayon, tatahol aso namin, maririnig yung gate, wag na lang, sige. So, nag-attempt ako. But
Nag-attempt
I
na.
have never.
Nakakatuwa naman at 6, di ba? Naisip mo yun. Have you ever had wished to be a boy?
Oh, yeah. Like, nung bata ako, idol ko yung kuya ko. So, ginagaya ko lang yung senso style niya. So, magpa-pants and parang long sleeve shirt na no. Elephant pants na yung uso nun during our days. Wow! During our days. Hindi,
Elephant pants!
gagayahin ko yung brother ko.
Alam ko yun, yung elephant
Naka-elephant
pants na
pants
yan.
ako. Oo. Tapos inis na inis yung kuya ko sa akin. Parang siya, bakit mo ba ako ginagaya? Ganyan. So, but I really thought before kasi parang ang simple-simple kasi ng mga lalaki. For me, like, yun yung tingin ko, like, sa brother ko, ang simple lang nila magsuot, pants, shirt, pwede ka na umalis. Lamang ako, kailangan ko mag-dress, kailangan ko alam mo yun, ang daming pinapasuot sa akin. Eh, simpleng tao lang ako. So, parang ako, gusto ko na lang maging lalaki. Ganon.
Whew! Diba? Nakikilala natin siya. So,
Yeah.
have you ever had a crush on your instructor or professor or teacher back in high school? Professor in
Back in high
college or
school,
instructor?
okay, wait lang. Pili ko, for me kasi medyo malalim ang word na crush. Wow, I don't know. I mean, when I say like I have a crush on someone, it feels like I really
Mhm.
have feelings for them. So if in that case, no, never. I don't think I don't remember having like feelings for an instructor or for my teacher when I was
Oo.
younger. But
Like
I
hinangaan
remember having
lang,
like
ganon.
oo, hinangaan meron. Like, girl crush siya. Actually, English teacher ko nung high school. Sobrang, as in, parang idol ko siya. Kasi sobrang galing niya, to sobrang bango niya lagi. Tapos, every time naiintindihan ko yung lesson. So, I was always inspired by her. And like, yung friend ko, minsan stalk namin siya. Medyo scary. Pero minsan susundan namin siya kapag dismissal na, ganyan. Kasi may sarili din siyang car. So, I'm like, wow, she drives her own car. I love it. Ganon. So, meron.
Nakakatuwa tong question na pag-usapan lang natin before we started. Coming from the viewers, have you ever had a crush on Mayor?
Next question, please. Tato na lang kayo.
Mayor po na crush Ate Ri.
Naku, itong mga batang to. Na-expose niyo ba ako?
Alright, how about have you ever had worn your sister's dress? So your brother, nasabi mo kanina, your brother's clothes, right?
Yeah, my brother's loads.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Wala kang sister?
Definitely. Wala akong sister.
Mag-isa mo.
So, ako yung youngest. Ayan, actually kita dyan. Kami dalawa lang ng brother ko.
Ang kulit, oh. Sino kaya crush ni
So,
Ate Riri daw?
we'll see. Wow.
Silence.
Hindi ko pa din
Silence
alam.
means, silence means yes
Silence
daw.
means yes.
Secret.
Nakakaloka.
How about have you ever had sold your pre-loved items?
Yes. In
Mm-hmm.
fact, Francois, I have another small business which I call
Oh.
reusable. So that's RI usables. So
Mm-hmm.
again, during the pandemic last year and when I was joining Miss Universe Philippines, one of the problems talaga in joining pageants sometimes is the funds, and as I mentioned earlier, I didn't have work yet
Mm-hmm.
since I joined, kaya parang I try to look for ways on how I can somehow help, of course, my parents and also providing the things that I needed for the pageant. And so I thought of, oh, why don't we do an online garage sale? Because we used to do garage sales talaga as a family. But since the pandemic happened, I thought, yun nga, take it online, take it to Instagram. So I kind of opened my own of items na
Mm-hmm.
I think this year, nag first live selling ko. Ayan. So, sila Antoinette, sila Trisha, yan sila. Yung mga nagko-comment dyan, isa yun sa mga customers ko.
Customers.
Kaya very supportive talaga sila.
That's nice ha,
Yeah.
'di ba? At least hindi nasasayang yung mga damit, 'di ba?
Right.
Have
Opo.
you
Ako
ever had
din.
fallen in I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Dara-diretso ako.
It's okay. Delayed. Oo, delayed din ata yung internet.
How about have you ever had fallen in love with your best friend?
No. Well, I don't have a
Talaga?
guy best friend. I don't have a guy best
Oh,
friend yet. So,
oh,
yeah.
that's nice, 'di ba?
Uh, but if I
Nabudol mo
ever
rin.
do have a guy best friend, I feel like it would be also nice if kami magkatuluyan. Wow. I
Oh,
mean, 'di ba? I feel like it's nice to be um what's the proper term for it? In love with someone that you've been friends with in the first place. Kasi
oo.
parang feeling ko pag friends kasi
Foundation.
no pretenses. Yes, yun yung foundation. Kasi walang pretenses, di ba? Parang you don't have to always put your
Oo.
best foot forward. So I'd rather go for someone that I know already from deep down than on the onset, okay, okay nga siya, pero di ba ang dami niya palang characteristics or attitude na hindi ko alam. So,
That's right. So are you friends with
ayan.
Mayor?
Not yet, but probably getting there. Getting there. Hindi nga kami nag-uusap.
Just kidding.
Hopefully.
How about
Wala.
Kiri? How about have you
Wala.
ever had eaten a chicken intestine or chicken isaw?
I have college
Di
days.
ba?
I would
Masarap.
eat not naman every day,
Mhm.
but like masarap. Meron kaming actually suki na masarap siyang gumawa ng isaw. Tapos alam namin malinis
Oh,
talaga kaya parang sa kanya tayo
sa UP.
order lagi.
Sa UP, masarap
Oo, sa
doon.
UP din na-try ko na. Oo. Yeah.
Yeah, have you ever had much fun at a party? Too much fun.
Party. CD party? Party as in like to this party. I rarely go out to those kinds of parties. Probably because I'm also a home person. Like I love staying at home, or I don't really. I'm more fond of smaller groups of people. Pag medyo madami ng tao, minsan parang na ano ko, nauubos yung energy ko. But yeah, I have. I definitely say I have. With a couple of friends, I've had fun during parties.
Tawa ako dito. Have you ever said you're going to sleep na but you ended
Pero
up
said we're
making
going.
chica?
Yes,
Hello guys
and
ah.
ending up sleeping at 3 a.m.
Grabe ha. Have you ever had tried
Oo.
cutting classes back in the days? Back in the days.
Back in the days, back during our era. Yes, I have. Ang sama kong, 'di ba? Oo, lalo na nung college. I would usually cut naman if I needed to parang habol another requirement. Like if I have to cram some of my requirements for the next subject, iko-cut ko yung isang
Yeah.
subject na okay lang, okay pa naman standing ko dyan. Parang ganon. Yeah.
Diba? Well, I can definitely relate with you.
Relate.
Yes.
Oo.
Have you
Kailangan kong
ever had
matama.
yeah, have you ever had fallen asleep with your gown and shoes on?
Yes. Just recently. I have. I
Talaga?
actually have video. Binidyohan ako ng isa naming kasama sa Miss World. Hindi ko na lang siya papangalanan. Pero joke lang, hindi. Kinabidyohan ako ni Ida. Like, camp ko naman siya. So, I think that was during our numbering. We were waiting and then I was super sleepy. I think siesta time. Lagi, pag siesta time, naabutan ako ng antok. So, talent ko din yan, Francois. Kaya ako matulog na nakaupo lang, nang naka-cross pa ang legs natin. So, yun. I have. Many times.
Maupo lang, ganun. Maupo lang tulog.
Mahanginan lang, tulog.
May isang tanong dito. Oh. Have you
Yeah.
ever tanong?
Mhm.
From Bruce
Have
Miguel,
you
have
ever
you
had
ever
a
had a
failing
failing
grade?
grade? Mhm.
Yes, I had. Like, I think I failed math. Well, that's not a surprise, I hope. I failed
Mhm.
math and I think another subject. Yeah, I experienced failing a subject na rin back in high school and college. Pero thankfully, ayun, hindi naman ako na-delay because of that kasi pag ganun, alam kong may failing grade na ako, the following quarter, babawi talaga ako.
Oo. Pero yung final grade,
Ayun.
have you ever had that?
Ah, final grade. Parang thankfully
Yeah.
wala naman, pero pasang-awa. Yung muntik na.
Diba? Can you guys relate with
Oo.
her? Diba? Very relatable si Queen, diba? So, even I myself can definitely relate with you. Okay, so we already have a lot of questions in here. So, I believe it's time for us to pick some questions from the comment section as well. And
Okay.
yeah, we're moving to our next segment, which is we'll talk more about social topics. Okay,
Okay.
social issue topics. All right. So, however, we have let's try to have this question from Kyle Isabel before we proceed. If you could have any if you could have any superhuman power, what would it be?
Wow, if I ever had a superhuman power, I'd
Yes.
probably the power to be able to give endlessly to people whatever they
Mm-hmm.
need. So I feel
Mm,
like the power to provide, um, things or opportunities endlessly for people in need, such as, for
oh,
example, right now, especially during this time, I feel really burdened when I hear
mm-hmm.
stories of students and even teachers not having the ability to, attend class in a quality manner because of internet, if not laptops, or
Yes.
even as simple as seeing people who are in need of food, who are in need of school materials, who are in need of, those things. And if I only had the power to like give all of
Mm-hmm.
them, their needs, I'd love to have that power.
Wow. Diba? Making everything, shall I say, unlimited.
Yes.
So we have
And
another
very
question in
accessible.
here. Mm-hmm. We have another question coming from Mario Odales. Oh, the profile looks very familiar. Is that really you? I'm sorry. If you had the power to change something, what is that one thing in a post COVID world you would want to change and why? Explain cause and effects. Oh my god. This is a very
Wow.
demanding this is a very demanding question. Explain the cause and effects. Yeah.
Power to change
Mm-hmm.
something, which is one thing.
Post
Post-COVID
COVID.
world.
So, mhm. we are still
Mm-hmm.
on COVID, so we
Right.
perhaps think of the future. Mhm.
Mm-hmm. I feel like if I were to choose one thing that I'd like to choose, I mean, to change
Mhm.
post-COVID world would probably Asian hate, Black lives, I mean, Black hate towards humanity, hate towards people. I feel like during the pandemic, during the COVID season, all of this really rose up. It had like undamning issues about people hating, especially Asians. And I feel like
Asians, yes.
yes, and I feel like that is very, I mean, in the, facing the crisis is already hard enough, right? So
Mm-hmm.
hearing this Asian hate happening all over the world is very heartbreaking. So I feel
Mm-hmm.
like I hope that after this pandemic, that that notion, that hate towards people, towards Asians specifically, would definitely change, if not totally eradicate, because it doesn't do any
Yes.
good to anybody.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right. So definitely, it won't bring peace and order to everyone if we keep on having that hate in heart, right? Yeah, and
Mm,
it will
true.
always be in war. Mm.
Yes,
It
and I
always
feel
be
like
in
the
chaos.
cost of
Yes.
it is yes, the cost of it is
Mm-hmm.
I feel like definitely about fear. And I
That's right.
know that because of what's going on, all of us are, of course, fearful of what's happening and of where the
Mm-hmm.
virus is or who the virus is carrying or who's carrying the virus, right? But I
Mm-hmm.
still feel like it's not enough reason for anybody to
To
use
hate
that as
anyone.
an opportunity to hate or to physically abuse these people, right? Or each other.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Hmm. Ba? What about the question from Bruce Miguel? Kung hindi ka teacher and beauty queen ngayon, ano sa tingin mo ang profession mo ngayon? If you are not
Uh,
a beauty queen or a teacher,
a beauty
if you
queen.
were not a beauty queen or a teacher, so what would be your profession by now or today or
Right.
at present?
I'll probably be a full-time model because that's what I've
Mhm.
always wanted to be ever since I was really
Mhm.
young. So traveling around the world, walking for, different fashion weeks has always been my
Mhm.
dream. And I feel like if I weren't a teacher or beauty queen, that would be the thing that I'll be doing. And if not just modeling, I
Mhm.
would also probably be either be a flight attendant or a physical therapist. I actually wanted to I actually applied for physical therapy and speech pathology during college
Yes.
in UST and UP Manila. 'Cause I'm very interested
Uh,
in rehabilitation science as well. So I feel like that profession would also be very me, physical therapy
oh.
or speech pathology.
Uh,
Ang dami ko palang gusto.
'Di ba? Why not, 'di ba?
Yeah.
And from a question coming from Antoinette Gakayan. Hi, Antoinette. So if you could pick a location or lugar, if you could pick a place in the
Lugar.
Philippines na babagay sa personality mo, Ate Ri, what would it be and why?
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, of course, aside from Pasig, dahil siyempre proud Pasigueño tayo, I would
Mm-hmm.
probably choose Bicol. I've been to
Mm-hmm.
Bicol, specifically in Camsor and I think Matnog. I've been to several Albay, and I personally just I love my experience in Bicol. I love the beaches.
Mm-hmm.
I love the people there. Even the food was very sumptuous, and I love spicy food. So I feel like
Uh-huh.
Bicol is one place in the Philippines that would best describe my personality. And
Aww.
because I have a friend from Bicol, so very sentimental as well.
Okay, from Joey Habon Albos. Describe in 3 words the lessons that you've learned in your past pageant experience. 5 lessons you've
Lessons
learned
in
from
three
your
words.
past experience. Yeah.
believe in yourself. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
those three words were
Oh.
the great lessons that I had
Uh,
to learn in my past
mm-mm.
experiences.
That's
And
right.
I'm really grateful that this time around, I believe I'm able to embody that some more, if not embrace it. Believing in
Mm-mm. That's
myself,
right.
the good and the bad.
Mm-hmm.
You're human. That's who you are. Then just embrace it, be proud of it, and yeah, allow people to relate with you, allow people to also journey with you, because that
Yes,
is, I
that's right.
believe, the point of pageantry as well.
That's right. Ooh, diba? Believe in yourself now, Joey. And from Trisha, if you found a genie lamp, what would your first wish be?
I wish to win Miss World 2021. Gusto mo may grab pa ako. But I probably wish to, of course, be successful in what I'm pursuing right now.
Mm-hmm.
And if that is winning Miss World Philippines or Miss World, eventually, then that would be great. If not, if other crowns will be given to me as well, I'll be very grateful, and I would definitely still do my best, and of course, bring pride and honor for our country, because I feel like that is the purpose, that is the greater purpose beyond the titles, beyond the crowns that we wear, is to really be able to, of course, be our best selves out there, and at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
or in effect, bring pride for our country, the Philippines.
Oh, diba? Question coming from Paul Andre Jose Buenvenida. Is that correct? Buenvenida. So, do
Mm.
you agree that transgender joining at MWP should be allowed and why?
Mm.
So,
Right.
this was a trending topic recently from on social media. So,
Mm.
what's your
Mm.
stand on this? Should they be
Right.
joining? Should they
Well,
be allowed in MWP?
right. For me, I believe that beauty pageants, first and foremost, is a platform, an avenue for all women to be able to voice out their opinions, to voice out their beliefs, to voice out who they are, and
Yes, that's right.
I feel like we have to, and the transgender community are very important people, and we should know and learn how to value them and respect them. And I believe
Mm-hmm.
that, having said that, we always have to, I feel like we have to engage the community in a meaningful conversations on what they think about joining,
That's right.
pageants such as Miss World or Miss Universe, the traditional pageants, as they would say, right? But yeah, for me
Mm-hmm.
personally, I mean, I have nothing against I have nothing against transgender women, and I feel comfortable. I have transgender women friends, and so I love them. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
if they feel like joining Miss World Philippines or Miss Universe Philippines, would be an avenue for them to voice out who they are, or voice out what they believe in, then
Mm-hmm.
go for it, right? But it always still
But
depends
I
on the organization.
Yes, absolutely. But I think it's a long way to go for now because
Right,
as of the moment, we don't have any laws yet that allows
right,
anyone to
right.
change gender. So I believe
Mm,
I personally I don't think that it's time for us to talk about
right.
allowing transgender to
Mm,
join any traditional pageant because as for now
right.
it's a kind of taboo as of the moment
Mm,
still for us because we don't
right.
have this kind of law yet. So
Mm.
yeah, that's just my personal opinion. We don't know
Yeah, of
yet
course.
when we don't know yet when we cross the bridge, so that's the time that we can
Right.
definitely talk about this, right? So, but
Yeah.
yeah, but that's all right though. But it's all right though once everything is already allowed or somehow gender is already legalized
Mm,
or change of gender is already legalized in the Philippines. Why not? We can definitely talk about this.
mm.
Yeah, right.
Right,
Hmm.
right.
So I have
I
nothing
agree.
against with trans women joining traditional pageants. However, for the Philippines as of the moment, it's still a taboo.
Mm.
Okay, so that's really very controversial, huh? Hot
I
issue, sabi nga ni
know.
Antoinette. Diba?
Pinawisan ako.
Anyway, moving to some social issues that I have prepared. So, what can you say about poverty? So that's the first topic that I've already prepared in here. What do you think is the root cause of poverty in the Philippines?
Wow. Uh, I feel like one probable root cause would be the lack of education, equal opportunity for education.
Mhm,
I feel like our education system can improve some more in terms of providing equitable equitable
mhm,
quality education to every young person in this country, and even even if they are overage, like providing basic quality education is a huge help, a huge step in helping each and every Filipino progress in life or
mhm.
have opportunities to also
Yeah.
reach for their dreams and do what they love to do.
Mhm.
So I feel like
Yeah.
education would be the foundation.
And that actually leads me to the next topic, to the next question. Because as much as I really wanted to go further than that, since you've already mentioned education, so let's continue to
Yes.
education. Some respondents actually just say that poverty is the root cause of illiteracy as well. So it's very interconnected.
Mm,
So what's your stand on this? That
mm,
the poverty is saying that the poverty is said to be the root cause of illiteracy, at least
mm.
in education
Right,
department or in education agencies,
right.
in
Yeah, so
education
I feel like
sector
that goes,
rather. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yes, right. That
Mm-hmm.
brings me back to my point earlier that if
Yeah.
I feel like if we have the access, the equal
Mm-hmm.
access to education, to free education,
Yes.
right? Even the poorest of the poor can be able to study, can be able to be educated,
Mm-hmm.
then the literacy rates would definitely rise up. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I know it is also very difficult for our situation here in the Philippines, right? So if ever,
Mm-hmm.
yun nga po, if ever we get to improve or focus on one sector, and I feel in one sector in our society, I feel like investing on education and allowing or giving opportunities, equal opportunities to everybody,
Mm-hmm.
free access, free education will help rise the literacy rate.
That's right. That's right. And as a teacher yourself, no. So you have already taught
Mm,
at least for a year. So, what can you say about the
yes.
standards of education here in the Philippines? Is there anything that we need to do? Is there anything that
Mhm.
we need to increase or to somehow change
Mhm.
or to
Right.
improve? Mm-hmm.
Wow, well, it might take us more than, yeah, it might give us, we might need more than 1 hour for that. But I feel like one
Yeah.
thing that I've seen, that I've observed and experienced personally, teaching,
Mm-hmm.
especially in a public school also for a while, was um well, one of which is the facilities. I feel like we also have to
Mm-hmm.
improve the facilities in our schools around the Philippines. Some schools they don't have they don't have access to books. They don't have even proper tables and chairs or even proper lighting, and I feel like that's a huge barrier, a huge hindrance for students to learn in a very I feel like students have to be in a cohesive, in a very safe and what do you call that? Comfortable place, comfortable environment for them to be able to learn um excellently as well, diba? So and then
Mm-hmm.
second, I
Conducive
feel like
learning. Mm-hmm.
yes, there. The term is conducive learning indeed. And also, I feel like we
Mm-hmm.
also have to focus on our teachers.
Yeah.
aminin na natin, 'di ba? Talagang yung ano ba ang tawag doon? Yung compensation for our teachers is still a bit, it's still not enough, and I feel like it
Mm-hmm.
also hinders teachers to go out, go beyond or reach their potential, their best potential, because it sometimes it discourages them already. I've been giving my all and everything, and yet I still can't feed my family, and still I can't provide for my
Mm-hmm.
family. And then it's a huge issue I feel like we have to focus on as well.
Yeah,
So investing, and that's
that's
why
right.
yung ano ko rin, advocacy ko. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry, what was the advocacy?
Yeah, my advocacy would really, I really would like to help and focus on the holistic well-being of teachers
Yeah,
and students, because
yeah.
yun, yeah, it's a huge factor for the learning, what do you call that? The learning experience. Doon
Mm-hmm.
nagkakaroon minsan ng barrier kapag hindi
That's right.
tayo, 'di ba? If we're not holistically well, if our well-being isn't at good condition, or at least stable, it will definitely affect the way we learn, the way we teach.
That's right. And you mentioned a while ago the compensation for teachers as well is very low, or somehow it's not too high here in the
Mm-hmm.
Philippines, which is the reasons why
Mm-hmm.
best teachers here in the Philippines also opts to, or I mean opt
Go out of the country.
to go out of the country and continue their profession to another, to overseas
Mm-hmm.
rather, and if not
Right,
they
right.
would opt to not practice
Change.
a teacher, yeah, practice teaching
Mm-hmm.
in
Change
other
profession.
countries, in overseas, yeah, instead. So we are
Right.
definitely missing this stand, missing the best teachers, which
Mm-hmm.
supposedly
Mm-hmm.
for the Filipinos, right? So ibang nakikinabang.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're getting serious.
Affected
Uh,
tayo.
yes, of course, because I'm also a teacher. We are both teachers, so
Right.
we definitely know.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the day,
Understand.
when I
Yeah.
was actually teaching, I had my own DLP projector. So it was my personal DLP
Yeah.
projector because university, though the university has its
Mm-hmm.
own
Equipment.
facilities, their equipments,
Yes.
but it isn't enough for all of us instructors. So what I did,
Exactly.
I bought mine, so where I can bring it anywhere I go. So, I, well, well, my all my students will definitely benefit from the projector that I had
Mm,
then. So, yun, diba?
exactly. But you had to sacrifice so much as well. From your own pocket,
Yes,
right? You have to provide for that
yes.
for your students.
Oh,
So if we focus on
diba?
our teachers, diba, it will still definitely
Mm-mm.
benefit our students.
That's right. Buti sana kung humingi ka sa mga students. Ganyan. Kung pwedeng humingi sa students, let's contribute for
Nako.
this, for this. Wala, hindi
For your
pwede. You
projector?
really have,
Hindi
you really
pwede.
have to, you really have to produce on your own talaga. So, di ba?
Mm,
If
that's
you really want
true.
to have the best um, teaching or something, you have the best teaching
Experience.
learning experience, yeah,
Materials.
you really have to
Mm-hmm.
and materials, yeah, you really
Mm-hmm.
have to have your own materials as well. You have to
Yes,
provide your own,
yes.
diba? Iba sa Pilipinas.
True.
Yes, salute to our educators, salute. Yan. Hindi ako marunong. Okay, so let's move to fake news. How do you filter out information that you get from online or social media platforms?
Right. Well, the first thing that I do definitely is to check verified resources,
Mm-hmm.
sources that are known and has really established their credibility, their name, and even their information that they put out there. And because yes, I feel like it is very critical or very crucial if
Yes.
we just believe anything that we see online, especially on social media. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
nahahaluan na yan ng opinions, nahahaluan na yan ng personal interest or personal perspective about things, and it kind of cuts off the whole story, the bigger picture. And so I feel like
That's
it's
right.
very important to know the verified resources and to access them
Mm-hmm.
when needed to.
Yeah, know how to do fact check.
Yeah.
Diba?
If you have to
And
research, go for it, diba?
that's right. That's right. You really have to somehow get to know the credible
Mm.
sources, 'di ba? Kasi
Right,
anything can
right.
definitely kasi yung mga iba mga clickbaits lang eh. So you really have
Mm-mm.
to be very
Exactly.
cautious on that. Mm. You really
Also
have to be
that, I
very
feel
cautious
like
on that.
one thing, because I kind of experienced that before, na it was a long time ago, and it was a learning curve for me, wherein I read the headline. Sorry, nawala ba ako? Am I still in?
Yes, you
Okay,
are.
continue.
Just
Hello?
continue, yeah. Yes, just
Okay,
continue.
okay. um, yeah, when I was scrolling through Facebook, hindi ko alam kung sa akin eh. When I was scrolling through Facebook and I just saw a headline, on my feed, and then I started sharing it to. It was I feel like I forgot what topic what that was or what issue that was, but I started discussing it with my parents, discussing it with my brother, and then they were like, "Is that true?" Ganyan, ganyan. And then so I had to like, oo nga, no, hindi ko lang binasa yung buong article. So, bata pa ako nun. And that served as a learning experience for me na parang, yeah, just share anything that you see or you read na hindi mo pa nabasa yung buong picture, yung buong story.
Oo,
Kasi,
kasi nga,
ayun, mami-misinterpret
kasi,
talaga natin.
kasi yung headline
Mm-mm.
talaga, headlines lang yun to catch
Yeah.
attention. That doesn't mean that the
Attract.
headline,
Yes.
yeah, that doesn't mean that the headline, yun na yun. There's a story behind it.
Yes.
So, alam mo
Exactly.
naman, yeah, journalism, ganun siya.
Mm-hmm.
Yun.
True.
So, yeah, parang kailangan lang talaga maging very responsible tayo and accountable tayo sa mga pinopost natin and
Yes,
sinishare
yes,
natin
yes.
mga topics or any articles, mga ganyan. Yun. So, any
True.
questions, guys? I think we still have more questions that I wasn't able to ask yet. From
Mm-hmm.
Kyle, what is one thing that we would not know about you just by looking at you? Sabi ni Tricia,
Oh, wow.
signature question.
What is one thing that we would not know about you just by looking at you?
Mhm.
One thing would probably be wait, natatawa ako. Um, well, I'm a very how do I say it in a more poised manner. Pero a very simple person, meaning cowboy ako. Like wala talaga akong
Mhm.
kaarte-arte sa katawan. So I don't like I'm also very adventurous. I easily try new things and
Mhm.
experience new things kahit nakakatakot yan, kahit medyo kadiri yan. Sige, go.
Mhm.
But I feel like nahihiya akong sabihin eh. Pero one thing na hindi nyo malalaman just by looking at me is that when I was younger, I wanted to be a dog.
Mhm.
I dreamt to be a dog. No, but I also wanted to I also wanted to be how do I say it? A kasambahay? No, okay. Yeah, yeah. Because back then, when I was younger, super idol ko yung yaya ko. Like, super loving kasi nga. Tapos, siya talaga yung kasama ko most of the time. Tapos, this is a very cute story. Parang we were walking, I think papunta kami ng store. Tapos sabi ko sa kanya, gusto ko paglaki ko maging katulad mo. And then she was very encouraging lang. Sabi niya, nako, sabi niya, parang na-appreciate naman niya. But yeah, in fact, I actually am, I mean, I know how to move around the house. I wash our clothes. I do the dishes, and I feel like,
Yes.
yeah, salute to all our kasambahays, even yung mga nasa OFW na working hard, because I feel like they're also very underappreciated. And yeah, for me personally, I have a soft spot for them kasi mahirap maging ganun, 'di ba? So, pero yun,
Mm-mm.
mahilig akong, so yun, so natuto mula no, na parang natuto na ako gumalaw sa bahay kasi at a young age nawalan na rin kami ng kasambahay. Like we don't, my mom wouldn't na rin, get kasambahay. So with that, I learned how to move around the house.
It's good to know no, that you are actually parang no I mean you are looking up to this kasambahay, and somehow I believe that you have treated your kasambahay as a member of the family, di ba? You know, nakakatuwa yung gano'n. Kaya alam mo kapag ka na tumitingin ako ng mga bahay, mahilig ako tumingin sa mga
Mm.
bahay. Yung mga
Tama.
mga house and lot, mga
Buy and
ganyan,
sell.
for sale.
Ah,
Yung mga house and lot for sale,
yes,
mga ganyan. Pag tumitingin ako ng mga
yes.
bahay, lagi ko tinitingnan kasi yung mga maid's quarter, ganyan. Kasi
Ah,
may mga bahay kasi na separate yung maid's quarter, ganyan. Tapos parang,
right,
ay,
right.
nakakalungkot naman nun. Parang, bakit
Mm,
ganun? Bakit kailangang nasa labas, ganyan? Parang
mm.
separate siya, ganyan. Parang, kaya alam mo nung narinig ko yung
Oo.
sinabi mo na parang gusto ko yung maging kasambahay. Yun ang naalala ko bigla.
Oo.
I'm just sharing. Kasi if ever na I'm given a chance din na mayroong sariling bahay, I would rather have them in one of the rooms na meron talagang
Right.
bahay instead of dun sa kasi yung mga
Mm.
ibang rooms na ginagawa for kasama kasi lalo na kapag kayong tawag dito yung host sinasabi na oh this is there's a room for maids for our maids, so this is a maids quarter,
Mm.
yung parang ang liit.
Right.
Ano ba ano ba tingin nila sa mga
Oo.
kasama bahay? Pero yung mga
Mm.
bahay kasi na may nakita rin kasi ako na bahay talaga na ang laki ng ng place ng kasama. Doon ako natutuwa pero nakita ko yung presyo. Ay,
Oo.
ang laki naman pala kasi.
Opo. Kami naman, I
Hmm.
remember, parang our kasambahay would actually, parang yung bed ng brother ko before, double
Hmm.
deck siya na may pull out. So,
Oo.
magkakasama kami sa isang kwarto talaga. And
Mm.
yung maid din, yung yaya din namin before yung gigising na sa amin pag may pasok na. So, kaya very close ako with all my kasambahay growing up kasi yun, they really are like a part of the family, and they would yun din, they would eat the same food that we eat, and I feel like that's a huge thing also for them, na parang maisama talaga. And I remember isa namin kasambahay, parang for a time, she had to bring her son with her. And so, yun, may younger brother ako, bigla tuloy na tutulungan ko rin magbasa, tutulungan ko magsulat. Nakakamiss, nakakatawa din yung mga
Di ba?
kwento nila
Mm.
sa buhay.
So there's one question here coming from Luis Barbon. Suki siya. A high percentage of students are being bullied in schools every day. So what is your message to the bullies and their parents? So bullies, hindi yung bullied.
Yes. Oh, the bullies. Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, wow. Well, this, thank you for asking this, Miss Louise. I feel like this question, this issue is very close to my heart because I, for one, have experienced being bullied in school when I was younger. And I remember the feeling wasn't really great.
Mhm.
And I've always wondered as well, where the bullies are coming from. Why would they do such a thing? Why would they bully their classmates? And I feel like um I I stick to this, or I know this principle that hurt people. And I feel like
Mhm.
these bullies are also going through their own battles silently probably, and their way to let it out is to bully it or to put it to others. And so I feel like it's very important to give them, everybody, especially the bullies as well, to have a safe space for them to talk about what they're feeling, their problems, their insecurities, their issues in life. Because
Mhm.
if they're not being able to share that or let that out, they'll definitely do it in other ways. And probably one way for them is to put it to their classmates, right? To project it to their classmates. And so I also would like to encourage their parents, especially, to cultivate that safe space, cultivate that open communication within the family, within your child, to talk about how they are, maybe like they went through a bad day that day and then
Mhm.
they wanted to share it to somebody, but probably, people, especially, yeah, even their parents, such as, diba, whoever's listening right now,
Mhm.
yung parents din mismo busy. So, ayun, I feel like as parents, as even as teachers, if we see situations like this, I feel like it's very important to allow these students, allow these children, both the bullies and the bullied, to voice out what they feel and how they are, so that we can know how we can solve the problem, and where
Mhm.
we can aid the problem, and probably after that, hopefully, maging friends din sila.
Yeah, and there's actually a different approach to both parties, for the bullies and the bullied.
Right.
Particularly
Mm-hmm.
for the bullied, it's very traumatic for the bullied. So it's a different
Mm-hmm.
approach that could actually be done, and at the same time, different
Definitely.
approach to the bullies, because normally these bullies have, just like what you have mentioned earlier, it could be a projection of their experience or
Mhm.
transference. So
Right. Right.
normally when they had experienced something inside a family or outside of families, they could definitely
Mm-hmm.
project that to others, and they could
Right.
transfer that feeling to
Mm-hmm.
others, because normally if that
Right.
feeling that they weren't able to to do,
Share.
or they had no
Mm-hmm.
outlet during the time
Yes.
when they were very angry, that
Mm-hmm.
feeling will definitely be
Mm-hmm.
transferred to another. So that comes
Right.
in the bullying.
Yes.
So it's the
That's
same
where
time
the
as
bullying takes place.
projection. Yeah, yes, it's the same,
Mm-hmm.
just as well as projection, when they thought that someone is weaker than they are. So, yung
Mm-hmm.
ano na naman, yung parang hindi nila nagawa doon sa bully nila,
Right.
or somewhat sa
Right.
experience nila, ganyan, mapoproject nila
Mm-hmm.
doon. So, yun.
Right. Right. So
Transference
maybe
and
a good,
projection.
yeah. So
Mhm.
maybe a message also that I want to tell them specifically is that to whoever is bullying, their classmates and whoever, I just would like to let them know that they're they're valued, they're human beings, and so they are valued for who they are, and they are loved, and it's
Mhm.
okay not to be okay. Don't be afraid to ask for help if they need to. Don't be afraid
Mhm.
to reach out and call a friend, talk to someone if you have to, because it's
Mhm.
always better to communicate how we are than to hate, the people that we are with.
Yes. Whew. So we have another question coming from Bruce Miguel. What is the most important thing that you have learned from your students?
Wow. One
Mhm.
specific learning I personally got from my students in when I teach in public school was to
Mhm.
be excited and be grateful for the opportunity to learn.
Mhm.
I Growing up, there were times when I took for granted my opportunity or privilege to learn. I took for granted the many times that I was able to, learn in the classroom with a comfortable and conducive learning space. But when I
Mhm.
taught in this specific public school and I would see this young children, like young, like grade 7 students, who aren't,
Mm-hmm.
being provided for the needs that they are having at that moment, and yet they are there excited to learn, and yet they're there to um just so positive about learning, and would do their best to really na ako sa mga comments, to really be, what do you call this, be educated. I feel like that's something
Mm-hmm.
that we all have to also apply, to be grateful, to be
Mm-hmm.
excited to learn, and not to take for granted our education.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And of course, one thing that we could basically learn from, in my own perspective,
Yes.
yeah,
From your
one
own
thing that we could
experience, yeah.
learn from, yeah, based on my experience, one thing that we can learn from the students as well is um being multitasking actually, and patience.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's one thing that you can learn from them, because these students will definitely put you into so much challenges. So that's one
Right.
thing that you could, yeah, if you don't have any patience, definitely you'll mess up. There was this
Yeah.
one thing
And
that I learned, yeah, there was this one thing that I learned
yeah, yeah, go
whenever I
ahead.
get whenever I get somehow get challenged by them. I always try to just count 1 to 3, 1 2 3, 1 2.
Mm. Really?
Diba? Yes.
Oh. Uh,
Diba?
inisip ko
Ganon.
tuloy kung naging impatient ba ako sa mga students ko. Parang,
Yeah.
well, oo. Usually, taking a
Okay.
pause,
Mm-hmm.
taking time to, will
Mm-hmm.
help us removing
Diba?
impatience natin.
True. So you were talking about, we've been talking about the students, and you were talking about the learning process. Was it learning process about your advocacy? So can we just talk deeply, or yeah, can we have an in-depth conversation about your advocacy?
Right.
So can we
Yes.
start with telling us about your advocacy?
Okay. So basically, my
Mm-hmm.
advocacy is to help or support the holistic well-being of our students and our teachers. And I believe
Mm-hmm.
one way to do that is through mentorship or through programs that will provide them seminars, not seminars, support groups that they can be able to talk about how they are, to
Mm-hmm.
process their feelings, to process their learnings and realizations.
Mm-hmm.
For me personally, my experience was, I think in our bio earlier, I mentioned that I've been a youth mentor since I was 15. Yeah, so I've been involved in this youth ministry, which we call Elevate. So there, I
Mm-hmm.
learned how to be a leader. I learned how to be an ate to someone younger than
Mm-hmm.
me who've also experienced somehow my experiences. And I feel like that is such a great way to connect with them, to be able to be an ate to someone who was bullied, to someone who was insecure, to someone who um, felt insignificant, uh, yeah, like I feel like young people today needs to have people to look up to, or more than that, people that they can talk to, people that they can relate with, with their
Mm-hmm.
problems, and help them go through it one problem at a time. So same way with our teachers. Ayun, so nung naging teacher na ako, I myself experienced the struggles of being one. And I also needed people, I needed a community, a group where I can share my ano bang tawag doon? Yung mga hinaing ko, if not yung mga problema ko, for me to be able to recharge, and
Mm-hmm.
get back up, and do well again in every class, in every work that I had to do, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, yeah, and that's why it's very important that we provide a program or a an avenue or a community for teachers as well to do exactly that. I feel like we also have to look after our teachers and know how
Mm-hmm.
they are, and empower them, uplift them, so they too can give their best in response, or they too will be able to um create that ripple effect for their students as well.
Mm, so it sounds like for me while you are sharing your advocacy, it sounds like to me a counseling and it entails a lot of psychological exercises. Is that correct?
Yes. Good. Yeah, yes. More parang ganun na nga. Parang it's a life to life
Mm-hmm.
thing. It's a life to life journey. You know, I don't yeah, there are like people who are also very, and I'm also I'm a volunteer of this program which we call hashtag not alone. So sila,
Mm-hmm.
ito specifically si hashtag not alone. It's an actually nationwide or a nationwide program already under the organization Elevate Movement Inc. So they help yun nga, provide seminars for students. They give several topics about relationship goals or about
Mm-hmm.
identity, about purpose, about even handling money, all these things that aren't usually talked about during classes or during our basic education or yung usual subjects natin. So it's like an after school program. So ayun, I feel like
Uh-uh.
that is also very important for teachers and students to have. Bakit po?
Riri, hindi ako natatawa sa mga sinasabi mo. Natatawa ako sa mga comments. Thank you so much,
Uh-huh.
Joey. Natatawa ako sa inyo. Parang, ano ba? Anyway, let's move forward. So, parang ang ano mo nga is parang very administrative, no? Administrative kasi nga parang pang HR yung ano yung datingan
Mhm.
nung advocacy mo na yeah, this should be for it focuses on the students and of for the wellness of the teachers,
Teachers.
but it entails administration to definitely something yung parang makagawa ng mga training, makagawa ng mga
Programs, yeah.
seminar, programs, ganyan.
Yeah.
It's very administrative, no? Oh.
Mm.
And how was it then? Have you given any trainings already on this particular topic, on a particular topic, or on a particular um, group?
Mhm. Well, right now, actually, I'm more of like a volunteer as a
Mm-mm.
host, but I've have traveled with my mentor as well, in giving out these or giving out yung talks or yung seminars to students, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we have a material for it already, and so ang pinakakailangan din kasi talaga nila ngayon dahil nga nag-pandemic. Dati kasi
Mm-mm.
we travel around, like we go to different schools who are somehow being helped or catered with like hashtag not alone. But then now, since the pandemic happened, it's all online. So yung struggle ngayon is yung internet connection pa din. Kasi ang
That's
daming
right.
students na gusto umattend, pero hindi sila maka-attend kasi nga of internet connections or yung data lang yung gamit nila. And
Mm-mm.
syempre, di ba, ayaw naman nating maubos yon. Kaya, ayun, if only we can still partner with I know it looks like a
Telecommunications
huge. Yes,
project.
yes, telecommunications companies or projects, right, that will enable that for every student and for every teacher. And I know it sounds huge, it sounds difficult. That's why I really can't do it on my own, and that's why I feel like partnering with the LGU and with these people who are willing to help, provide these things for them would definitely be a great way to make it happen.
That's right. Kasi nga in my well, nung umuwi ako recently sa province, actually yung barangay namin
Mm-hmm.
is it's well, I should have to to call it as remote na rin kasi nga wala pang mga internet connections. But there, yung mga ano lang doon, yung mga nagpo-provide interconnections, yung mga private, hindi ko, well, everything is private naman here in the Philippines, yung mga
Mm-hmm.
nagpo-provide. Kaya lang parang
Yeah.
limited lang siya. I don't know how it calls. Parang basta maliit lang siya
Right.
na internet provider. Na parang naglalagay pa sila ng malaking antena, ganyan. And then,
Mm-mm.
um, the barangay actually sponsored or nagpa-install sila ng ganon, ng antenna for the public. Kaya lang, yung mga students, syempre dahil marami sila, ganyan, it's not enough kasi kaya naglalag din yung ano nila. So,
Madami.
hopefully talaga, yeah, hopefully talaga yung mga
Mm-mm.
telecommunications would work with you para sana magkaroon ng
Mm.
better
Right.
internet connections, ganyan. And kasi kapag we really have better connections when it comes to learning, it will definitely help a lot.
Mm.
Oh, thank you guys ha. Thank you
Truly.
guys. Thank you. Sana totoo yung mga sinasabi nyo. Na nafa-flatter ako sa inyo
Binobola ka
ha.
na ba?
Oo, binobola nila ako eh. Masyado silang mambobola. Anyway, wala naman akong ibang wala naman akong ibang lalapitan kundi kayo rin. Anyway,
Damay-damayan na
um,
tayo.
there was someone who actually asked. Let me just try to find that. He's from California, I guess, or Los Angeles. There you go.
Mhm.
Is it normal na may sorry? Is it normal na magsumbong kay Raffy Tulfo kahit mag-away pamilya na? From Los Angeles. I don't know if this is very much related, but yeah, it's hypothetical question. It's a hypothetical question. So, how would you react on that? Is it really normal to go to Raffy Tulfo? Para naging sumbungan ng bayan
Right.
kasi yung Raffy Tulfo eh. What
Oo
can you
nga
say about
eh.
this? Mhm.
Wow. Well, ako personally, I mean, I feel like, yeah, having fights within the family is very normal, and sometimes it can get out of hand.
Uh-huh.
But for me personally, and even in our family, we've always talk to this principle to first when we're if we are in a fight with somebody, it's always
Mm-hmm.
best to go first to that person that
That's
who
right.
is involved directly,
Mm-hmm.
right? So kung may kaaway ka, siya muna kausapin mo, siya muna yung puntahan mo, subukan yung pag-usapan. Kapag hindi yun naayos, so that's the only time you get someone close to your circle, kayong dalawa, yung kakilala, probably a common friend or a
Uh-huh.
common like a family member who also is part, can help you process this your situation, right? Pag hindi pa din, I guess that's when we go outside the family. That's when we seek help, probably from professional already. Like could be lawyers, could be even medical professionals, right? It depends on the problem. But personally, I would first opt to fix it within the family before going to anybody outside of it. Kasi
Mm-hmm.
mapag-uusapan naman, di ba? So, kasi ang
That's
hirap
right.
din kapag simpleng bagay, lumalaki lang dahil, syempre, hindi naman naiintindihan ng iba na hindi parte ng pamilya kung ano talaga nangyayari. Pero that's a case-to-case
Mm-hmm.
basis. It really depends on the problem and the situation. Personal ano ko lang yun. Fix
Yeah,
it first
I
within the
couldn't agree
family.
more. I couldn't agree more with you because personally, I wouldn't bring any problem to the public as well, S-
Mhm.
especially to sumbungan ng bayan, Rafi Tulfo. I wouldn't
Right.
because alam mo parang sa huli rin ng pagsisisi eh. Kasi parang ibinunyag mo
Mhm.
na lahat ng baho ng pamilya mo. Eventually, pamilya ka pa
Mm.
rin. And it's a family issue. So,
Oo.
why would you have to
Opo.
bring it out and why you have to
Right.
um, parang idamay pa ang iba? Parang alam mo
Opo.
yun. Oo. So,
Mm.
you have to resolve
I'm
it
sure,
within. Hmm.
yeah. No,
Go
sorry, I
ahead.
just would like to add na parang I'm
Mhm.
sure Rafi Tulfo was, when he started this, came from a
Mhm.
very good heart to help people who are really having
Yes.
difficulties within the family,
Mhm.
right? And so I
Mhm.
guess for that we should also thank him, but I guess yeah, just to also put it out there for people who yung mga bagay naman na puwedeng pag-usapan at i-solve
Mhm.
within the family, gawin na lang po muna natin within the family, 'di ba?
Yes, that's
Para
right.
din hindi hindi kumalat. Mm.
That's right. Kasi nga, with Rafi Tulfo's intention naman, definitely that's with pure intention he's
It's a
trying to
pure,
help.
yeah.
Oo. Pero kasi,
Mm-mm.
kung titingnan mo din sa sarili mo, necessary pa ba na kailangan dalhin mo kay Rafi
Mm.
Tulfo? Yes, Rafi Tulfo could definitely help. Pero,
Mm-hmm.
may iisipin mo rin dyan kasi yung parang ang range kasi
Mm-hmm.
nung aabutin nung problema, 'di ba? Buti sana kung
Yes.
instead
Opo.
na pang pamilya lang, parang naging usapang bayan na
Opo.
siya, ganyan. So parang ano pa 'yun?
Right.
Sarili mo, kumbaga sarili mong utot pinaamoy mo sa lahat.
Gusto ko yun. Sarili mo ko tapos sinabi mo sa lahat. Nga naman.
'Di ba?
Uutot sa'yo. Punta na lang muna kayo sa banyo. Gano'n.
'Di
Oo.
ba?
Resolve
Oo.
it first. Yeah.
Oo. Itago mo muna, gano'n. Mm. Mauutot ka nga lang,
Tama.
parang hiyang-hiya ka na maamoy, 'di ba? So gano'n din lang 'yun.
Oo.
Gano'n din lang 'yun sa pamilya,
True.
parang oo, okey lang yung umutot kasi nga,
Mm-mm.
makakatulong yun sa health, ganyan. Gano'n din sa pamilya, okey lang
Mm.
na mag-aaway-away, it's a baho of the pamilya. Pero,
Right.
you have to think din na kailangan ba yung baho ng pamilya ay maamoy ng kapitbahay, 'di ba?
Mm. Opo.
'Di ba?
Agree.
Ayun. Coming from yeah, coming from
I'm from
Riri.
Los
Joke.
Angeles. Ay, ay, ako pala.
Self defense.
Yeah.
Sabi ni Mark Xiao, fan daw siya ni Rocky Tulfo. Kaya nahihiya ako sa mga tao dyan
Ay.
na nagsusumbong kay Sir Rafi kahit pang pamilya na.
Sir
Yeah,
Rafi.
yeah,
Ay,
that's right
pampam.
actually. Hindi, kapag pang pamilya na, please pang pamilya na. Yeah.
Oo.
Magrea
Tulungan na rin
alcohol.
natin si
Charot!
Sir Rafi. Saka tulungan na
Mag,
rin si Sir Rafi, huwag masyadong ma-stress sa buhay, 'di ba?
Oo, actually ano
Oo.
yan, dagdag stress sa kanya eh. Kasi kung titingnan mo, 'di
'Di
ba?
ba?
Nagagalit siya,
Oo.
nagagalit siya, 'di ba? So,
Mm.
so wag na, parang you have to really discern first what
Yes,
things should you bring out to the public,
definitely.
'di ba? Mm.
Yeah.
Ayun. Huh, ang ang lawak ng pinag-usapan
Gusto
natin.
ko yung napunta kay Sir Rafi.
Totoo.
But thanks
Ayun,
for
no, dahil
that.
kay Mark Shaw, di ba? But anyway, thank you, Mark, for
Oo.
tuning in. Thank you for your question.
Yes.
Nakakatuwa yung tanong mo. Oh, ayan. Ayun. So, mukhang marami na tayo na pag-usapan and mahaba-haba na. Anyway, let's move to the game that I have prepared for you. Okay, so this is a very
Okay.
simple game para medyo ma-relax-relax na tayo. So, the
Okay.
game is a bit modified fast talk. However,
Mhm.
you really have to choose a box. So, this is very simple. You can explain why you choose a word
Okay.
so we can talk
Gusto
about it.
na-excite
All
ako sa
right?
box. Okay.
Oh, I hope check ko muna kung tama. Baka makita mo na naman.
Oo nga eh.
Nabuko
May
mo na ako
nakita ko
sa
kanina,
uni.
guys. Backstage pa
Mhm.
lang.
Ayun. There you go. I hope you're already seeing it.
It's
Okay.
still loading.
So,
Oh, there. Pick
pick
a
a
box.
box.
Okay.
Yeah, pick a box. So, in here, I have prepared. Oh, where are you, dear? Nasaan siya? Hello.
Sorry. Nawala ako. I don't know what
Nawala
happened. May
siya.
pumutok.
Akala ko ako
I'm
yung
back.
ano. Oo, you're back.
Ah, okay. Sakto eh,
So
no?
let
Kung
me
kailan
explain
magsa-start,
this.
nawala ako.
Oo nga
Okay.
eh. Ayun. So let me explain this pick a box. All right. So there are 6 boxes in here, 6 mystery boxes. So all you have to do is choose a box of your choice, and then we can talk about your choice, the mystery word on each box, or words rather. Mystery
Okay.
word or words on each box. Now, you can just choose three, one at a time, and
Mm-hmm.
then there could be a very serious topic that you may choose. Okay, that you may pick
Okay.
rather. Are you ready?
Kinakabahan ako. Wow. Parang kay Kuya Will. Yung...
Totoo ba?
Kidding.
Mhm. So,
Okay.
can we start? Yeah, let's choose one.
Okay. Wow. What does my gut feel say? I would like to choose number two.
Number two, are you sure? For
Ah,
50,000 pesos. Joke.
I know. Pero
So
ba
here
yung
we
pala
go.
to? Ah, ganun.
So here we go. Your
Sigawan. Okay.
your your first box, your first pick is island or mainland.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's difficult. Because I'm from mainland. So I
Is
definitely,
it?
I
Mm-hmm.
would, I mean, coming from like a city girl, I
Mm-hmm.
always look forward to traveling outside the city, like, beaches and
Mm-mm.
everything. So island, di ba?
Mm-mm.
But come to think of it, ang hirap din mamuhay sa island. I mean, for a long term. So, yung pinaprocess ko na siya. So, hindi talaga ako mamimili. Then, explain ko lang. And then,
So
um,
mainland.
so mainland. I'd probably still
Uh,
go for mainland in
di
terms
ba?
of, mm-mm, in terms of be able to live, I guess.
Yes.
And because probably I'm comfortable with that. So hindi pa ata ako ready mag-migrate.
Oo.
Mag-migrate sa island.
Iba pa rin kasi sa mainland, sa totoo lang. Parang maganda sa
Oo.
island kapag once in a while lang. Pero
Yes.
sa mainland, iba pa rin kasi. Okay,
Oo.
let's
Pero merong iba
move.
na talagang they prefer the peace and quiet in islands, no?
Siguro for anong tawag dito? For retirement. Okay
Oh
siguro doon.
yeah,
For
actually.
retirement, yeah. Pero I'm not yet retiring.
My crystal's thriving, ganon, si Francois.
Yes.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
go.
Let's move to the next pick.
Okay.
hmm
Whew. Uh-huh. Next box would be number four.
Number four. Are you sure for 20,000? Joke. Love or crown?
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, for sure, I'll
First
definitely
off,
ask Crown.
are you in a relationship?
With my family, yes. With my dog, yes. Hindi sinasagot eh. No, I don't. Wala. I mean, I'm NBSB, as they would say. So, no boyfriend since birth. Kaya hindi pa ako
Talaga?
makarelate. Well, makarelate. But, I've had like, yeah, I have friends. So I feel like there's love naman sa friends and family. But yeah, like a special someone, wala. NBSB po ako.
May sinasabi si Trisha.
Ano sabi niya? Mark sa uwi, nope. Kasunod lang niya sa pila kay Mayor Vico. Balik tayo sa kanya eh, no? Mamaya makita to si Mayor. Sabihin, ano ba to si Miss Pasig? Walang ginawa kundi... So yeah, I'll go for the crown.
Yeah, 'di ba? Why
Yes.
not? 'Di ba? Wala namang kaagaw eh, 'di ba? So for our last pick, which one would you choose?
Okay. I'm thinking between five or six. Oh my goodness. I would go for
In
number five na
between,
lang. In
number
between.
5. Are you sure?
Yes, final answer.
For 1 million pesos.
Ah!
Oh, annulment or divorce?
Oh my gosh, six na lang po pala. Joke lang. Bakit ba ako nag-5? Well, pwede po ba none of the above? Pwede po bang hindi pumili? Wow, it's a difficult question. Sabi na, dapat six talaga eh. Alam mo, minsan makinig ka talaga sa gut mo eh. Ano mag-overthink? Ano kaya yung number six? O, diba? Pinapahaba ko lang yung oras.
We'll see. We'll check on that. We'll check on number six.
Yay! Okay.
Heels or
Oh,
sneakers?
see? Sabi na dapat six talaga eh. I'll choose sneakers. I'm a ready to go kind of girl. So I love
Mm.
sneakers or flats kasi
Mm.
ako yung madaling hatakin, you know. Anytime
Mm.
kailangan ng tulong, anytime kailangan ng kasama, I'm ready, I'm
Mm.
willing. So I'll go for sneakers kasi ang hirap naman, 'di ba? Rarampa ka, tutulong ka, rarampa ka pa.
Totoo, totoo.
So, sneakers na lang tayo. Sa pageant na
Kasi
lang tayo
parang
rumampa.
kasi
Oo.
parang yan yung ano 'di ba, impressions sa mga beauty queens ganyan or models na
Yes.
always on heels, 'di ba?
Yes. No. Since we always wear heels for work or for pageants, the
Mm.
thing is, we are, well, I'm not saying all of us, but I know a lot who are most comfortable with sneakers or flats. Kasi nga, yun na lang yung break time
Mm.
namin from wearing heels.
Oo.
Yeah.
Ayun. So, I think that's all for the game. Tatlo lang naman ang
Wow.
ang box na
Thank you,
papabukas eh.
pinagbigyan mo ang pag-change of mind, change of box ko.
That's all right. That happens. So, I hope you enjoyed the game. So, before we proceed,
Yes,
okay, I really hope that you enjoyed this very very simple game that I prepared for you.
I
Okay.
did.
Wow, thank you so much. And I am now giving you the opportunity to somehow give a message to anyone you would like to address to. And this is also the opportunity for you to somehow um, plug or
Plug.
invite everyone for your
Right.
program, about your programs, about your projects, and to follow you on your social media.
Okay. Thank you so much. First of all, thank you so much, Francois, for this amazing, fun night with you. I did enjoy your games. This is something very different, I would say. So kahit umabot tayo ng almost 2 hours, hindi ko namalayan because it was very fun. It was very nice having conversations with you. So thank you so much for inviting me
Mm.
to be here. And for preparing kahit may bisita ka kanina. Yeah, and for all the viewers right now who are watching this live, who was with us from the beginning to until the end, maraming salamat po for your love, for your support. It means so much to me having you in this journey, in my journey with Miss World Philippines. And I really
Mhm.
hope to continue to make you proud, continue to do my best. I will promise to do my best in every challenge and every activity that we have. And in return, I hope that it would really inspire a lot of people also who are watching. So thank you so much for everyone who's tuning in right now. Especially for, of course, eto na, inaabangan nila to, ang post-coronation. Maraming salamat. Yan sila. Yung nakikita nating sunod-sunod na mga pangalan kanina. Maraming salamat as always for tuning in and being here with me in my live interviews. Again, it makes my heart really warm and really thankful for all of you guys. Yes, and of course to also my family, my friends who are watching, or if not, who's always been supportive. Maraming salamat. I know, this is our third try, but we hope that third time's a charm. And like I said earlier, I'll promise to do my best. And ngayon pa lang, nagpapasalamat na po talaga ako dahil kayo ang nagiging motivation at nagiging fuel ko din in really giving my best because your love for me, your support for me, is very overwhelming, and yeah, it inspires me to always give my best all the time. So thank you all so much for being there for me. And to my Pasigueños out there, yes, tayo po ay lalaban at ibabangon ng husto ang Pasig this time around. And so I hope to also have your support and to have your cheers on July 25. That will be our coronation night for Miss World Philippines. And so if you would like to know more and be updated with what's going on in Miss World Philippines, kindly follow our official Instagram account, which is Miss World Phil, and ALV Talent Circle. You'll
Mhm.
find updates there, and also our Facebook page, Miss World Philippines Organization. And then, of course, for my personal account, you may follow me at Riana Agatha. That is my Instagram, and Riana Pangindian is my official Facebook page. You may also message me at Riana Agatha Pangindian if you have, personal concerns that you would like to open up or share. I'm willing to go for that. Send me a DM or anything. I'd love to have those kinds of conversations with you also. So, yeah, maraming salamat for this opportunity. And once again, I hope to make all of you proud and give my best until the coronation night. So, maraming salamat po. God bless you all.
Yes, thank you so much as well, Ree, for accepting our invitation. And thank you for this very good interview that we just had. Good conversation. And yeah, thank you for cooperating.
Gusto yung cooperating. Oo, po. Bayad po talaga ako dito. Nakontrato na po ako bago ako pumasok.
And thank you as well to Miss World Philippines organization for giving us this opportunity to have the girls to have you with us tonight, and thank you for making time with for us rather. And of course, thank you to ALV. My gratitude as well goes to Mamaru, who actually um, helped me to to do this interview and to do this scheduling. So thank you so much
Yeah.
for fixing our schedule with you girls. Thank you so much, Mamaru. And
Thank
thank
you,
you so
Mama
much, Miss
Ru.
World. Thank you, Miss World Organization, for this one of a kind opportunity to you've given to us. And yeah, Ari, if you could just stay after the live, so I could also
Okay.
thank you as well personally. Okay,
Oh.
so Ri, I believe that I believe that the session for tonight is not yet over, as there are also some
Mhm.
people who wants to extend their support to you, their message, they're giving their messages for you. So here we go.
Ano kaya 'to?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Lagi mo na lang kaming binibigyan ng video greetings. I think it's
Let's start.
Ay.
Hi, Pageant Mag Philippines, and to all the viewers, and of course, to our very own Ate Riana, to our Tita
Ang ganda
Ri.
naman.
Alam mo, lagi mo na lang kaming binibigyan ng video greetings. I think it's time na kami naman yung magbigay for you. I just want to say congratulations for being an official candidate of Miss World Philippines 2021. And please always remember that your post-coronation babies from all over the Philippines are just always here to support you in everything you do in life. And love na love ka namin. I hope you know that we're always behind you, not just a fans, but also a family and friend for you. And we're just one call away, Tita Ri. Alam mo yan. Love you, baby ko.
Love
Hi,
you,
Ate
Sen.
Lee!
Gusto ko yung
Tita
Tita
Lee
Ri.
of Post-Creation. Sana masaya ka! Thank you for being our OG queen and for your kind words to each one of us. Good luck on your MWP journey. We all know that you can do it and you can slay every part and segment of the competition. Go get that crown Please know that Foster Nation loves you and we're just here to support and cheer for you on your future endeavors in life. Sending hugs from Samar to Pasig City. Hashtag VVCO.
Oh my God.
Hello, Tita Ri!
Nakakaloka. Thank you,
Yes!
Franz.
Opo! Oscar Nation na naman po! Yeah, so ayun, thank you for the friendship that we have created and thank you for being the pillar of Oscar Nation. You are one of my sentimental favorite kasi nga I follow your pageant journey since 2016 and nakita ko na you are crown worthy and grabe ka, you are full of wisdom, you're such a genuine person and bias ang post-coronation. Favorite ka namin.
Oh.
Opo, yes, Ate Ri, yes, Tita Ri, favorite ka namin. And kahit minsan charge mo pa yung energy mo, alam mo yon. So, ayun, sana talaga makoronahan ka na. Please, ALV, ALV, please. So, ayun, nandito lang ang Oscar Nation to help you and support you towards the crown. So, as much as we want to talk to you, live to, so, ikaw pa rin ang VV ko. Yes! Mahal na mahal ka namin!
Hi,
Oh.
Ray! Congratulations for your interview with Pageant Mag Philippines. And ayun, first of all, I want to thank you for being an ate to me. Thank you for being a spiritual sister. Thank you for being guidance counselor for us in Foster Nation. And thank you for guiding us always. Ayun, nakasuot akong butterfly shirt kasi special ka. Charot. Ayun, love you always and keep safe and go for that crown because we know you really, really want that crown and alam namin mapapasaya in the future. Thank you and see you soon. Love you. Love, love. Love from Oscar Nation. Thank you.
Gusto ko yung pre-practice nila yan. Feeling ko.
Hi, Tita Ri! So, yon, alam mo naman kayong mga reyna namin, pagka lumapit kayo sa post-coronation, masasolve ka agad yan. And I just wanted to say thank you for the friendship, for letting us into your life, and for being always there for us. Ay, not always pala, kasi minsan matagal kang mag-recharge. Pero okay lang, kasi pagka naman full charge ka, bawing-bawi yung chikahan, bakbakan. And, yun, that's one of the reasons why we love you so much. And, isa pa yung nakasakay ka lang sa trip namin. Like, never namin na-feel na, hala, natutuwa pa ba si Ate Riz sa atin? And, good luck on your pageant journey. Sana ito na yung year na ma-reward ka after all those years of hard work. And, always remember, we love you!
Oh! Wait lang, ang sarap
Ayun.
ng cheeks ko. Nakangiti lang the whole time. But, thank you, Francois, for that. What do
You're
you call it?
welcome.
Tribute or message. Yeah. Okay, na-surprise pa din ako. Don't worry. And, nakakatawa. Oo, nag-recharge kasi talaga ako. Kasi nga, like I mentioned kanina, I don't know if you,
Mm.
parang, di ba nga, like, small crowd lang ako. So, pag medyo madami na akong kausap, ganyan, or matagal na ako
Mm.
nakikipagtsikahan, kasi introvert ako, yun, mag-recharge talaga ako. So, minsan umabot na 1 week, di ako nakikipag-usap sa kanila. Pero, pag ready na ako ulit, tara, usapan na hanggang 3 a.m. Sige. But wow, thank you so much for this. I really appreciate it and super heartwarming to hear from them. Iba dyan, hindi ko naririnig. As in, lalo na si Kyle, hindi ko naririnig at mga video call namin. Kaya malaking bagay ito sa akin. Thank you so much. Joey, Trish, Sen, Antoinette, and of course Kyle. Love you guys.
Yeah. All right. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Ree. Thank you, Post
Thank you.
Coronation. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you for tuning in. And
Mhm.
I hope that you will continue to support us as well. We hope that you
Yes.
continue to support our live every night. And
Yes,
you guys,
guys,
thank you
follow
so much.
them.
Yeah, thank you guys for how shall I say, for assisting me and for working with me to be able to gather and collect all those messages. Thank you so
Mm.
much. I was really hopeless.
Talaga,
I was really
why?
hopeless, yes, until I reached out to Trisha. So finally,
Mm.
oh, Trisha
Oh
reached
my
out to me
goodness.
rather. So thank you so much,
Yeah.
really. Okay, so
Mm-mm.
once again, guys, that's all for tonight, and thank you for tuning in once again. And we shall see each other again tomorrow night, and have a great night to everyone. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you for the love, guys.
Thank you so much.
Ooh.